October seems to be a great month for OpenAI and for AI tech enthusiasts in general. We are seeing numerous updates coming out for OpenAI and more importantly for their Plus users. On today's episode, what I want to do is take a closer look at some of the recent updates. We did hear a few days ago about DALL-E 3 and how that might change the whole kind of AI landscape and ecosystem that we're at right now. But today we also did hear from OpenAI that ChatGPT can now see and speak as well and listen, right? So I'm going to talk a little bit about the discussions and just my overall thoughts in today's episode. So first, I want to take a closer look actually at DALL-E 3, and then we're going to take a closer look at kind of ChatGPT being able to understand more than just text. And the reason I like DALL-E 3 is I'm personally a Mid-Journey user. Let me just say that right off the bat. I personally do enjoy Mid-Journey right now, but the changes that are coming up with DALL-E 3, I think might change me more into an OpenAI / DALL-E 3 user opposed to Mid-Journey. So we can see from their most recent update that they mentioned DALL-E 3 understands significantly more nuance and details than our previous systems, allowing you to easily translate your ideas into exceptionally accurate images. And they do mention that DALL-E is now in research preview and will be available to ChatGPT Plus and enterprise customers in October via the API. And this is something that I think is pretty interesting because previously ChatGPT Plus only included only included ChatGPT, right? But it does seem coming in October. We are also going to get DALL-E 3. The main reason is they're kind of being implemented where previously they were two different products. Now they're going to be one product in general. They do mention modern text to image systems have the tendency to ignore words or description, forcing users to learn prompt engineering. And this is very true, right? Some of the big tweets or Twitter or kind of accounts on X and Twitter are pretty much just prompt engineering because right now, especially with a lot of these AI to these image to text to image generators, you need to really use prompt engineering to kind of get the kind of image you really want. But they do mention that DALL-E 3 represents a leap forward in their ability to generate images that exactly adhere to the text you provide. And here they kind of showcase a few examples as well. So here is an implementation of DALL-E 3 in ChatGPT. Like I mentioned, it is coming in October. They do mention that DALL-E 3 will be available to ChatGPT Plus and enterprise customers. As with DALL-E 2, the images you create with DALL-E 3 are yours to use and don't need their permission to reprint, sell, or merchandise them. And I think that's pretty interesting. We're going to continue to see a lot of entrepreneurs make AI businesses to some extent. But here they kind of make us, they kind of showcase something where in ChatGPT, you're kind of, hey, look, my 5-year-old keeps talking about this super duper hedgehog. What does it look like? And then DALL-E comes out with numerous different images. And then you're able to select one and be like, hey, look, this is the one. This is the one my daughter keeps talking about. The hedgehog's name is Larry. Can you give me more pictures? Can you actually give me Larry's house? And what I really do find excited about Larry or this kind of DALL-E and ChatGPT integration is you are actually going to get text. I want to say one of my biggest hurdles or pains with Midjourney is the text you normally get is just random letters, random text that don't really make sense. Now you'll be able to kind of create a full image from scratch and kind of go on to show you, hey, can you give me more of a backstory, more images of this kind of groundhog? Can you even give me stickers? And maybe these stickers you might be able to sell. Finally, give me a full-time bedtime story that I can tell my kid. So overall, I think this is amazing. And I'm going to be shocked if a lot of people don't transfer over from Midjourney over to DALL-E just because of the kind of implementation with ChatGPT. Another thing that I did find pretty interesting is to kind of be able to prevent users from kind of copying images they do mention, where do I have it here? DALL-E 3 is designed to decline requests that ask for an image in the style of a living artist. And this is pretty interesting, right? Because I do believe a lot of mid-journey prompts sometimes are like, hey, can you give me a image in the kind of style of this artist? And DALL-E 3, if the artist is living, is going to decline. And creators also have the opportunity to opt out their images from training of future image generation models. So to me, I do believe this is going to be a game changer. I'm super excited. Here is another example. They do mention, this is the prompt: an illustration of a human heart made of translucent glass standing on a pedestal. The blah blah blah. They do mention the quote should say, "Find the universe within you," is etched in bold letters across the horizon. And here you can see, "Find the universe within you." I think this is insane. And again, this is what is my favorite, kind of that implementation of their text AI to their image AI, and making one single product out of it. So I'm super excited to see this in the upcoming weeks. I am a ChatGPT Plus user, and I do believe with this, it makes that membership worth even more. The second thing I want to take a closer look at is ChatGPT can now see, hear, and speak. And again, this is just crazy. We're kind of going from, this is a now it's not just creating images, but you can also talk to it. You can also send images to it, and it can also speak back. So they did mention today on September 25th that they are beginning to roll out new voice and image capabilities in ChatGPT. They offer a new, more intuitive type of interface by allowing you to have a voice conversation or show ChatGPT what you're talking about. Some of the pretty cool examples with for example, the image. You can snap a picture of a landmark, and I didn't think about this, but while traveling, and you can kind of ask ChatGPT, "Hey, look, I'm just here. I just took a picture of here at the of this landmark. What's so special about it? Can you give me a story about it?" And it kind of gives you a nice, interesting take while you're kind of learning more about where you're at. Or when you're home, you can snap a picture of your fridge and the pantry to figure out what's for dinner. You can even have a follow-up question to kind of do a step-by-step recipe. They do mention that they're rolling out voice and image in ChatGPT to Plus and enterprise users over the next 2 weeks. So I do believe by October, most of us will have it. So I do believe October is going to be a great time for OpenAI Plus, ChatGPT Plus users. They do mention voice is coming on iOS and Android. Opt in your settings, and images will be available in all platforms. That's the only thing I don't like, because here in my computer, right, I actually have a mic. I'm able to talk. So I wish I was able to also get some form of voice to all platforms, including Windows. But it does seem like voice is first coming to iOS and Android. Maybe later on we might get it on Windows, but image will be available in all platforms. So they do give an example of how you can use ChatGPT to kind of speak with it and have it talk back. It's kind of following that example of the cartoon character. You can go to ChatGPT, talk to him, and be like, "Hey, look, my child was just discussing this. Can you create kind of a bedtime story from it?" And then that ChatGPT will respond with a bedtime story. The great thing, it seems like they have collaborated with professional voice actors to create each of the voices. So it's not going to be AI style voice. It's going to be more of like a human-like voice. So I think that's pretty interesting. They have different, it seems like they have different forms of voice examples for things like recipes, for speech, for poem, for explanations. Select voice, you have Juniper, you have Sky, you have Cover, you have Ember, you have Breeze. So you have different voice solutions, and I'm pretty sure over the upcoming months, we might get even more styles as well. Now, chat about images is pretty insane. You can now show ChatGPT one or more images, troubleshoot, for example, why your grill won't start, explore the contents of your fridge, or even analyze some crazy work. And here they have this pretty interesting video, right? They're kind of showcasing, someone takes an image of their bike and saying, "Hey, how am I gonna lower this? How can I lower the seat?" And then ChatGPT gives you a response and say, "Hey, look, either there's a quick lever or a bolt at the base of the seat. This is what you might do." And then to follow up, you're like, okay, I don't know if it's a lever or if it's a bolt. So they take a picture and then they kind of press focus the picture, and they're like, hey, what is this and how can I make it smaller now that we know what the tool is? So ChatGPT responds, hey, look, that's not a lever, it's a bolt. You'll need an Allen wrench to loosen it. So then the user goes and he has an image of their of the manual for the bike and also an image of the toolbox. So it goes on and say, hey, look, this is the manual. These are the tools that I have. Can I do it myself? And then ChatGPT responds that, hey, look, yep, you have the right tools. You need to look for this type of a 4 millimeter Allen hex key, and then you'll be able to adjust it. Just make sure to tighten it after that. So I think this is also going to be insane. I'm going to be curious to see all the different applications that are going to come out with this image, with this kind of generator. So I think that's the one I'm more excited about. Maybe not for me as a single user, what I can do with this, but more as what the overall developer community and the apps that can kind of come out from this image and kind of getting feedback back from it. So I do believe it's going to be a great time for, like I mentioned, AI tech enthusiasts for the upcoming months. So I hope you guys did enjoy today's episode. I normally do videos on Runway, but I do use a lot of other AI solutions as well. So take care, have a good day, and see you next time.